Welcome back, everyone. You know, it is that time of week where we might start dreaming about a getaway. And joining us now with Peter's Picks and Pans is CBS travel editor Peter Greenberg. Okay, Peter, where are you today?
Today I'm actually anchored in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of Ecuador in the fabulous Galapagos Islands.
And fabulous, you mean it, right? It's amazing.
Well, it's a great protected marine environment. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and they actually limit the number of arrivals here, so they limit growth. This is one place you're not going to find over tourism.
Wow, how amazing. I'm sure it is. But let's move on to more, realistic destinations and topics for those of us here back in Chicago. School, of course, back in session, but some families may be ready to pack their bags and head out of town for Labor Day weekend. The TSA anticipating yet another record-breaking weekend, and American Airlines says it should be its largest Labor Day operation ever. So how do you see this weekend playing out, and how early do you head to the airport on this holiday?
Believe it or not, a lot of people have already left.
Yeah.
They've already left because seasonality is not with us that much anymore, and they can bookend their flights. The real problem is going to be on Labor Day itself, because so many people have to get back because of school openings and other considerations. So that's what the TSA is worried about, is that Labor Day return flight, that Labor Day mess at the airport. But at least in terms of going out, a lot of people are staggering their departures. But the one thing that you should know is, while travel is up this Labor Day 9% over last year, airfares are now starting to come down, and you're about to see, after Labor Day, probably the 3rd, 4th, or 5th of September, some major airfare sales that'll last throughout the rest of the year.
Oh, that is really good information. Definitely something to file away there in the old memory for those looking to travel a little later in the year. Let's move on to this cyber attack that hit Seattle's airport and led to a system outage and long delays for travelers over the last several days. Hundreds had to schlep their checked bags through TSA. Is it just us, or are airports getting hacked a lot more recently? So, what gives, and is anyone doing anything about it?
Well, it's not necessarily just being hacked. It's a system breakdown without a backup. And we saw that happen, of course, last month and the month before that. We've seen it happen before with Southwest Airlines in their systems back in 2022. It's a huge wake-up call for any mass transportation operation, whether it's an airport, an airline, a cruise line, you name it, to get that backup system in place, because the problem is not when the system goes down. The problem is, how do you recover and how fast do you recover? And that's where the problems completely and exponentially increase. That's what they've got to do.
People who want to save space, speaking of traveling, and cram as much stuff in as they can in their luggage or their carry-on, turn to packing cubes or even vacuum sealing their items. But on your site, petergreenberg.com, you wrote about how saving space could cost you big time at the airport. What do you mean?
Well, you've seen all those ads on late night TV about buying those vacuum sealed bags that, they really compress all your items into a very small flat object, which is great if you want to save space in your closet. But a lot of people are trying to do that when they pack their bags to go on a trip. The problem is that TSA has the right to open your bags if they suspect something is in there that's not supposed to be in there. And if they do that, they're going to break that vacuum seal. And you know what happens then? Everything just basically goes like this. And the TSA is not in the packing business, or are they in the repacking business? And your bag may not make your flight, and you may not see your bag for quite some time.
So I guess the advice there is only use them if you really need to use them, right? Otherwise, you could be in for some trouble.
No. Only if you use them if you're staying at home. Do not pack them in your bags, because by the time the TSA opens that, I'm not talking about a conveyor belt doing carry-on bags. I'm talking the check-in bags.
Right.
If they open them there, you have a problem,
right?
Because you're already at the gate and your bags have now exploded. So don't do it. Leave them at home.
Good advice. All right, CBS travel editor Peter Greenberg, thanks so much for joining us, and we will see you again soon.
You got it.